Hey there Titanfall legends, my name is Geardude here today with a basic guide for the new Titan in Titanfall 2, Monarch. I want to clarify that this video is made for beginners, so if you've already played several matches with her, this guide is not made for you. I am planning on doing a formal and in-depth guide later this month after playing and learning Monarch a great deal more. Monarch is a Vanguard class variant, chassis distinct from all of the others we've known in the series, although one may link her most closely to Ion and Tone due to similar mobility and health. She occupies a new role with having the greatest potential to act as a support titan. Yet this playstyle is not mandatory due to the unique customization options via the upgrade core. Before getting to the additional customizability, let's start by discussing the first observation a player will make when first using Monarch, the XO16 chain gun. This is a fully automatic 20mm rifle with 35 rounds by default. For those familiar with it from Titanfall 1, it no longer is quite the pilot shredder it once was. I say this because the sensitivity while aiming down sights, so to speak, seems to be increased to balance the chain gun's performance against pilots. Also, it seems to be less accurate, at least comparing to the original version. It still certainly ranks among one of the most accurate Titan weapons. Against Titans, it is surprisingly great. With the large body mass of Titans, range is not a limiting factor with the XO16, although of course, always try to aim for critical spots. The other three non-changeable aspects of Monarch is the rocket salvo, which launches a guided rocket swarm, energy siphon, this slows enemies and generates shields. In case you didn't know, you can shoot just about any enemy and you will receive the effects of the energy siphon. It is not just limited to shooting Titans. Then there's REARM. This refreshes the cooldown of your dash, offensive, and defensive ability. An easy but effective technique is when going up against an enemy Titan, first shoot them with the energy siphon. Besides granting you a shield, the enemy receives a momentary stun effect similar to the arc grenades where both movement and vision to a certain extent is limited. This then gives you the opportunity to fire your rocket salvo. As they are not super accurate, yet shoot fairly straight, your chances of hitting the enemy is much higher when they are immobilized, once again from the energy siphon. Depending on the situation, you could try to dash around a corner or some sort of cover to reactivate REARM to then immediately re-equip yourself with another energy siphon, shot, and rocket salvo, but if you do not have that opportunity, of course making use of the XO16 chain gun is very logical as well. Keep in mind though that as Monarch doesn't have a true defensive ability, such as any type of shield, particle wall, sword block, or tether trap, oftentimes if you are caught in a situation without immediate cover available, you could be in some serious trouble. This is why I recommend having a teammate Titan to run alongside you, to give you the opportunity to escape dangerous situations, as well as defend both you and them, so you can also take the opportunity to cause damage. On to the biggest difference between Monarch and the other 6 Titans, the upgrade core. The way this works is as you play in a match, your core builds just like any other for killing enemies as well as playing the objective. However, you earn your core quite fast as it is segmented into 3 different levels of upgrade. Once you earn your level 1 upgrade, you are then rewarded with it and you start building towards level 2. Once achieving level 2, you guessed it, you then start to work towards your level 3 upgrade. For every time you do level up, you do not lose any of the previous upgrades, in case you are unaware of that. For each level of upgrade, we have 3 different options that you are able to choose from. And by the way, if you look here on this portion of your screen, while you're inside of the Titan on the HUD, all of the information in regards to your level system and your choices and what status you are currently at is all shown at this part on the HUD. Starting at the level 1 upgrades, Arc Rounds is what is equipped by default. This increases the damage output from the XO16 against shields and drains energy from Ion's Vortex shield and Scorch's Thermal shield. Also, the base capacity of the XO16 is increased from 35 rounds to 45. Option number 2 for level 1 is Missile Racks. Rocket Salvo fires twice the amount of missiles. Option 3, Energy Transfer. Hitting friendly Titans with Energy Siphon gives them shields. Each option allows for slight variations in the playstyle you'll have to take, but luckily you can choose which one you would like to use. Progressing to level 2's options. By default, REARM and Reload allows you to more rapidly recharge the, well, rearm and reloading of the chain gun. Option 2, Maelstrom, increases the damage done by electric smoke against both enemy Titans and pilots. Option 3. Energy Field. Energy Siphon affects a large area around the point of impact. Now for level 3. By default, multi-target missiles is selected. Description reads, hold rocket salvo to lock onto heavily armored targets. Missiles deal more damage. Option 2. Superior Chassis upgrades Monarch's max health and removes weak point vulnerabilities. Be sure to not forget the latter portion of that. Option 3. XO16 Accelerator increases the max fire rate and damage of the chain gun. One aspect I forgot to mention about the upgrade core is every time you do activate it, you receive a full shield for your Monarch. So, once you do max out all of the upgrades, earning the core doesn't become useless. I recommend to activate your core as soon as possible while still progressing through the levels, but if you think you'll find yourself in a dangerous situation in a brief moment and you already do have a shield, potentially waiting to activate it in order to utilize the shield to save yourself from a dire situation could be a good choice. You should make this choice though on a case-to-case basis. In general though, I do recommend to activate the core as soon as possible. Now, as I've mentioned, there is a big variety of possible combinations here. Even 1 week now since release, I'm discovering new tactics with each of the combinations. For anyone curious, my personal choices as of right now, and this may very well change, but as of right now, is Arc Rounds, Maelstrom, and Superior Chassis. I will say that I do think Superior Chassis is the strongest of the 3 options for level 3 with the current balancing. Just wrapping up with the kits, Monarch specific kits consist of Shield Amplifier, Energy Siphon's shield gain is increased by 25%, Energy Thief, core meter is earned 10% faster, and then you do this alternate execution that has you steal the battery from the enemy, and of course you do get full shields from that battery. Rapid Rearm reduces the cooldown of Rearm by 5 seconds. Survival of the Fittest makes it so batteries can repair the Monarch out of doomed state. I've personally mostly been running Energy Thief. For Titan kits and what I recommend, Assault Chip is actually fairly viable with Monarch, at least compared to the other Titans, still not a super strong choice. Then besides that, Overcore is a very big help, having the 30% of the progress already built towards your next level with the upgrade core, so it does certainly help a lot. Then Counter Ready is nice when pairing with Maelstrom to have that extra damage, and Electric Smoke. That, ladies and gentlemen, is the basic guide for Monarch, the new Titan in Titanfall 2. I cannot imagine how long the more in-depth one will be, but I'll tell you that I'll continue to focus on her for the next while, so by the time I do deliver the more in-depth guide, it'll be full of some invaluable tips. Today's question of the day: what are your thoughts on Monarch? Please let us know in the comments below, or feel free to answer silently in your head. My name is Jared, and until next time, stand by for Titanfall.